Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, man killed, another injured in Harborview gun attack. A man was killed and another shot and injured in an attack in Harborview in eastern Kingston on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 24-year-old Wayne Campbell of Pleasant Heights, Rockfort in Kingston 2. Campbell and another man were on St. Thomas Boulevard in Harborview when they were shot by unknown assailants about 5:35 p.m. on Saturday, according to reports. Both men were assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, where Campbell was pronounced dead. The other man was admitted for treatment. Mechanic shot and injured in Portmore. The St. Catharines South Police are probing the shooting of a 29-year-old mechanic on Port Henderson Road in Portmore on Friday night. The man was along the roadway around 11:10 p.m. when he was pounced upon and shot, reports say. He was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was admitted. Investigators have not yet established a motive for the attack. The Portmore Criminal Investigation Branch is leading the probe. Cops arrested under probe for robbery and smuggling contraband into jail. A police constable has been arrested for allegedly trying to smuggle marijuana and other contraband to a detainee at the problem-plagued Central Police Station lockup in downtown Kingston, officials have confirmed. He is one of two lawmen who were arrested on the weekend for their alleged involvement in criminal activities. The other policeman, a detective corporal, was apprehended along Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine on Saturday after he was allegedly found inside a car that was reportedly stolen at gunpoint in St. Andrew hours earlier. The police say a Glock 17 pistol, 2 magazines, and 34 rounds of ammunition, all government-issued equipment belonging to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, were found during a search of the corporal. He was also in possession of his official police identification. The names of the two policemen have not been disclosed. The constable was on duty at the Central Police Station on Saturday and was about to enter one of the cells when he was stopped and searched by an inspector, law enforcement sources disclosed. He was warned last week about carrying things into detainees, and he denied it, said one source, explaining the reason behind the search. The search revealed chewing gums, weed, and other things, the source claimed. Superintendent Beresford Williams, commanding officer for the Kingston Central Police Division, dismissed the claims that the items were intended for a well-known detainee in the jail as a sheer speculation. We have nothing to support that aspect of it, Williams insisted. We have a matter that we have under investigation. It has to do with the lockup, but I don't want to get into the specifics, Williams disclosed when contacted by the news yesterday. All I will say is that we have a constable in custody relating to breaches of lockup procedures. The matter is to go to the Director of Public Prosecutions for a ruling, so I don't want to make any comment on the specifics until we are there, he said. Central Police Station has a long history of incidents involving allegations of misconduct by cops. In December 2021, a Jamaican man, Orville Purnell, reportedly walked out of his cell at the police lockup where he was being held while awaiting extradition to St. Lucia to face a charge of murder. Purnell was apprehended in the U.S. state of Georgia last month. In 2023, a serial fraudster mysteriously walked out of his cell at a police lockup in the Jamaican capital and was taken on a joyride that lasted several hours, the news reported, citing law enforcement sources. A statement released by the leadership of the police force following the arrest of the corporal allegedly found in the stolen vehicle said they remain committed to a zero-tolerance approach towards corruption among members and to upholding the rule of law without fear or favor. We condemn in the strongest possible terms any form of criminal conduct, particularly when perpetrated by those sworn to uphold the law. We will neither tolerate nor conceal wrongdoing in any quarters of the force, the statement read. Any member who entertains criminal inclinations will find no refuge within our ranks. They will be relentlessly investigated and made to face the full force of the law. The incident involving the corporal began about 11:10 p.m. on Saturday when cops were alerted to a robbery along Colleyville Avenue in St. Andrew, according to the police statement. A 19-year-old in-drive operator reported that he was robbed at a gunpoint by an individual who entered and forcibly took control of his vehicle while it was in motion. He managed to escape unharmed. The Police Emergency Communications Center, acting on the report, triggered a rapid cross-division operational response, and the vehicle was electronically tracked to a location in St. Catherine. The vehicle was intercepted and recovered along Dyke Road near the Jam World complex in Portmore through the coordinated efforts of cops from the St. Andrews South and the St. Catherine South divisions, the statement said. During the operation, an individual found inside the vehicle was identified as a detective corporal. The stolen vehicle was transported to the Greater Portmore Police Station, where it was processed by cops from the scene of crime unit. Several potential forensic exhibits were collected, the police statement said, adding that the probe is being led by the Criminal Investigations Branch. 2 persons of interest in cops' murder surrender to police. 2 men who are listed as persons of interest in the murder of Police Corporal Kamal Main are now in custody. The men, who go by the aliases Bala Jesus and Juicy, surrendered to the police last week. The cops say a third person of interest, Shaquille Johnson, was fatally shot in a police operation in Old Harbor, St. Catherine last week, Wednesday. The news was informed that the 2 suspects are being questioned by detectives attached to the Major Investigations Division. Corporal Main was attacked and fatally shot by hoodlums at his home on Claremont Drive in Old Harbor on May 17. His firearm was taken by the killers. The 20-year-old veteran of the Jamaica Constabulary Force was stationed at the Darling Street Police Station in the Kingston Western Division at the time of his death. St. Mary Police probe death of bus operator in Boscobel. The police in St. Mary have launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of 62-year-old Stanford Frederick Brown, otherwise called Greasy, a bus operator of retirement Gully Road, Boscobel in the parish. Reports are that Mr. Brown was last seen about 8 p.m. on Thursday, May 22, when he arrived home in his Toyota Voxy bus, which he operates as a Juta Tours vehicle. An alarm was raised when efforts to contact him via phone were unsuccessful. About 2 p.m. on Friday, a friend visited Mr. Brown's residence and found him unresponsive. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, the body was observed, and there was no sign of violence nor evidence of forced entry. But Mr. Brown's Toyota Voxy bus was missing from the property. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information that may assist the police is being asked to contact the Oracabessa Police or Crime Stop at 311. Man in custody in connection with the murder of mechanic in Gayle, St. Mary. The St. Mary police have taken a 24-year-old man in custody for questioning in connection with the murder of 52-year-old Wordsworth Gordon, otherwise called Max, a mechanic of Gayle Rock, Gayle in the parish. The incident occurred at the victim's residence about 9:25 p.m. on Friday. Investigators reported that a 9-year-old child made a distressing call to her father, alerting him that her sibling, the 24-year-old suspect, also known as Junior, was seen covered in blood and holding a bloody knife inside the home. Both the children reportedly lived at the residence with the deceased. Upon receiving the call, the father attempted to contact the deceased. The call was, however, answered by the 24-year-old suspect, who allegedly made a self-incriminating statement before ending the call. The father later arrived at the scene and found Mr. Gordon lying motionless in the living room with multiple stab wounds. A bloody knife was found on the veranda near a generator. He restrained his son until the police arrived. The 24-year-old was reportedly covered in blood and appeared to be injured. He was taken to hospital under police guard for medical attention. Investigators are probing the matter. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.